Okay, before we start this video, I'm going to give you instructions on how to watch it. Take out your hand, place a little salt in the middle, take that piece of salt, or grain of salt, and eat it. Because I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't buy custom action figures. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's time for me to be called a gatekeeper, a toy community gatekeeper. Well, is that bad? I see that a lot. Oh, he's a gatekeeper. Oh, that's a Star Wars gatekeeper. Is that so bad if you're in a community? Don't you want to have a gate? Don't you want a keeper at that gate? I mean, if I had a whole community of action figure collectors and then all of a sudden everybody came there and want to talk about doll collecting, I would say, no, this is action figure collecting. Sure, gatekeeping can go overboard sometime, but we want to have some kind of gatekeeping on a community, right? Now I'm going to tell you why I think, or why I don't like people buying custom action figures. Before that, if you notice over here, we're looking at a bunch of custom action figures. Don't ask me who made that, where to get it, or nothing like that, because I just pulled these off Google Images. Just type custom action figures and pulled a bunch off. So let's get right to it. When I say I don't like people buying custom action figures, I don't mean mostly stuff like this. What bothers me is people that mass produce custom action figures for profit. They're usually just taking a 3D printer file and printing these off and painting them and everything and selling them. They look really good, don't get me wrong. There's some out there. You know what I'm talking about. There's a handful of people that make mass produced custom figures. And again, we're talking custom figures, not reproduction. They're two different things. People have often asked me, hey Junkman, why do you have a Han Solo and Stormtrooper outfit? Isn't that a reproduction? Aren't you against reproductions? Well, that's not a reproduction because it was never made. It's a new figure, it's a custom. So if it was never released, it's a custom figure. So let's get back to it. I just don't like the mass production of it. Now, I will say this because someone's gonna miss it. So let me say it. I don't mind if you buy it. If you buy a mass produced custom figure, that's you, that's your collection, that's your money, you do what you want to. I'm gonna say that again. It's your money, you do what you want to. I have to be very, very careful because once I made a video about how I don't think you should open very, very rare toys when you could just get it loose and maybe donate the box one that you have sealed to someone else that can't afford a sealed box and maybe trade that way. And I guess I didn't say it loud and clear enough that I said it in that video also. It's your money, do what you want to, even though I don't think, me personally would do it, and I kind of feel you're an asshole if you open very rare stuff just for the thrill of opening it, or like some of them out there for the views. I don't see it, but people took that video we won't even get into how people took that video. So custom figures. Again, what I love about custom figures, and I do love custom figures, don't get me wrong, I love them. I love them because they look like they're made out of love for not only the movie or TV show, whatever they're making a custom figure of. They're made out of love for action figures, toys, that's always good, but they're also made out of the passion of making the action figures, and that's great. I love that. So I have no problem with anyone making custom figures. I don't even have a problem if somebody makes custom figures and they have one of them and they throw it up on eBay and they sell it because it's like, I can't keep all this custom stuff I make. Or maybe they take requests. Hey, can you make a custom figure of, I don't know, Freya Savage and Wizard for me and sell it to me? No problem. That's nothing at all. Again, my problem is when they're mass producing. When you go to websites like, I don't know, Facebook Marketplace maybe, or what's that website, Etsy? I don't even like saying the name of that, so I've never been there. But I don't like custom-made action figures that's being mass produced. To me, they're not being made out of love. They're not being made out of love for the movie. They're not being made for the love of action figure collectors. It's not being made out of love because you love making custom figures. It's being made for a reason, to make money. Now, I got nothing wrong against making money. Hey, that's your thing. If that's how you want to make your money, go. Good. And I got no problem with no one buying the mass production stuff because there's some good stuff out there. In fact, like I said, I have a Han Solo and a Stormtrooper outfit. It was given to me. I didn't buy it. I probably wouldn't have bought it myself. But I don't know. I just want to put this video out there and see what you guys think. Because again, look at these custom figures. They look great. And I love just looking at custom figures. I used to try to make them myself back in the 90s. I was horrible at it. Couldn't make the card, couldn't make the bubble, couldn't make the figure. The only time I can make custom figures is back in the 80s when I used to pop the arms off my He-Man figures because they would pop and switch pretty easy. That was the best custom I could do. But just something about having no love. When I see these mass-produced custom figures, it just seems like it has no love. And I'm not saying the toy community can't support it or do videos about where to buy them and stuff. I mean, there's some YouTubers out there, and these guys must be getting kind of kickback or free figures or something, because it seems like every other week they do a video about, oh, check out Joe's custom figures. And I have no problem. That's on them. Again, this is my personal belief on custom figures. I love seeing them. I don't mind anyone that has them in their collection. That don't bother me at all. Say I got a rocket firing Boba Fett over there, again donated to me because I'm a cheapskate, but I would have bought that. That's something cool. It was never released, so it's a custom figure. But I don't know, just as a toy community, as a purist in the toy community, someone that's been collecting as an adult since the early 90s, I used to see custom figures, you know, I would see them at cons and stuff on sale. It'd be like one of a kind, maybe two of a kind, sold, and you knew looking at it, that was made out of love. That figure, it was made because someone loved that movie so much and they always wanted a toy or TV show from it. It's made because somebody just loves action figures so much, or they just love making figures. You know, they just love making custom figures. Maybe you can change my mind. Maybe that's why I'm making this video. It's just something about the custom, just, I don't know, it just seems like sex without love. I guess that's the best way I can say it. Again, if you buy custom figures that are mass produced from a company or a website or a marketplace, somebody that's just 3D printing these, and I guess they got to paint them with the 3D printer, right? They're just making them over and over and over again and throwing them out there, charging probably way too much for them. That's good. If you like them in your collection, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with buying them myself. I probably wouldn't buy them unless they did something really, really, really cool. I've never seen a custom figure that I like, I got to buy that. But if somebody made a custom figure, like, you know, a movie, let's say The Professional, one of my favorite movies, Leon, The Professional. If somebody made a custom figure of it on a card and everything, I might pick that up. If it was mass produced, where a website I could go any time of the day and buy one, I probably wouldn't do it. But if somebody I knew that made action figures made it, and I knew they made it for the love of the hobby, made it for the love of the movie or the figure, I said all this, then I would probably be willing to give them, you know, more than what it's probably worth, because they're putting their time, their sweat, and their love into it. That's what my main thing is when it comes to buying custom figures. If I'm going to buy a custom figure, again, I want it to have love attached to it. The love of the toys, the movie, blah, blah, blah. I said all that. I've said it 100 times. But this just mass producing custom figures, it just don't sit right to me. Maybe I'm just being that old man, you know, that's back in my day, it just doesn't seem. So I'm just curious what you guys think about these websites that just make custom figures. Again, we're not talking reproduction. That's its own issue I have right there, which seems to stir up a lot of flies whenever I step in that shit. Because all I say is make your reproduction figures. I don't care as long as you make them slightly different so they're easy to tell. I don't see what the big problem, but just saying that upsets a lot of people, especially people in the YouTube community. How dare Junkman tell me how to make my reproduction figures? I'm not just saying it'd be nice if you didn't, you know, why you gotta make them float? I see them, you know, we used to have a thing where you could put weapons and if it floats it's real, if it sinks it's not real, I think that's right. But now I see them on eBay, passes the float test. Why is there any reason to pass a float test? Just seems like it'd work out for everybody if you just made it a little different. That way us collectors that want the originals can tell by looking at it, but you're happy because you have the part or the figure you want, although it's slightly made a little bigger, color's a little off, something easy to tell. I don't see the problem. Seems like a good solution for both camps, but that again seems to upset people when I say that. Don't tell me how to collect, you gatekeeper! Again, you do you. Your money. It just seems there's no love for it. Just someone trying to make some quick money. And again, hey, I'm all up for some quick money. I ain't got no problem with that. It just, as a collector, I just need my custom figures to have some love. Again, love for the movie, the figure making, the action figures, something. I just gotta know it's been made out of love if I'm gonna purchase a custom action figure. But there's a lot of great guys out there that do custom figures. You can find them on Instagram. They're always showing them off, and they're making them out of love. They're not making them for profit. They will throw one up on eBay, be one of a kind, you know, and like they'll do like the Big Lebowski and throw it up on eBay and sell it. No problem. Again, it's the mass production that's done without any love behind it that bothers me. But
don't buy custom action figures. Isn't this guy always selling custom shirts?
Yeah, he is. Junkman.com. He's always hawking that website.
So how's he telling other people not to buy stuff? Oh well, hit that outro. Let's get out of here.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.